The Meg 2, The Trench, is now out on the big screen for you guys to go and check out. I have gone and seen it. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on it. Smash your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you guys all think of the sequel to The Meg, The Trench? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down there. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And let's talk about The Meg 2 right now. Okay, so The Meg 2, The Trench was a movie that I actually was looking forward to when it was announced because I actually do like the first movie. I think it's actually a decent shark movie. Obviously, it's not up there with Jaws, The Shallows, and The Reef, but it's definitely not down in the bottom with some of the other ones. So it's kind of like, it's a watchable movie that you get entertainment out of. Now you come into the second one, and when those trailers came out, I feared for the worst. I feared like this movie was taking a different sort of approach that I didn't think worked, because you have that tone of the first movie, and now in this movie it looked very silly, and it was just kind of like, what are they going for here? And to say this movie was disappointing is a bit of an understatement for me, because I have a lot of issues with this movie. And one of the biggest glaring issues to me is this movie has an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be. I felt like I was watching 4 different type of movies into one. Now, you can get away with putting 2 in. You could do like a sci-fi movie with the horror elements, and it works really well. But as you start to blend in more and more genres and type of movies, it kind of gets messy and muddled up. Now, this is a 2-hour movie, and we spend a lot of movie without really having any megalodon action. And the whole first part of this movie feels like you're watching a completely different movie. This feels like a spy thriller that you're watching at the start. Then it turns into like an action-based movie. Like, I'm talking hand-to-hand combat, fighting and stuff like that. Humans going at each other. And then you get the shark movie that you've been wanting. And then all of a sudden you get a Godzilla vs. Kong situation where it's 2 giant monsters fighting each other. One who's going to save humanity here against this giant creature. So it has an identity crisis, and when you're watching it, it's kind of like, oh, why? And then all of a sudden they decide to make Jason Statham's character become the Dominic Toretto of the Meg franchise. This guy knows how to do everything. He can do hand-to-hand combat. He is a spy agent. He can do everything. And it's kind of annoying. It's like, come on, man. Like, yes, okay, I get it. We're talking about megalodons here. It's not really going to be, have that realism effect. But there are things that you kind of have to keep in the sort of circle of realistic and things that can happen. There's things happening here at the bottom of the ocean that are just flat out like, what? It's like, you jump the shark, I get it. But then you jump the double shark and you go beyond that. And there's a moment in here with Statham going out in the water at 25,000 feet below that just makes 0 sense. And I was just like, come on, man. Like, at least make it some realistic. And there's another thing that happens with this character that goes up from the bottom of the ocean that you kind of like, that's not realistic at all. Like, it's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this is just beyond what this movie is at this point. There's other things that happen in this movie regarding other characters that happen off screen that I wasn't happy with no explanation. It's just like, okay, so that happened. It's like, what? Okay, what? Just that happened, and we're not going to talk about that or like give any reasoning. Nope, that's just happened. We're moving on. So you have that as well. That's very much, don't go expecting to see bloodshed or anything like that. This is like they wanted to make a family shark movie. That's what this movie feels like, and it doesn't work. There is no blood kills or anything like that. Like, you have these creatures that you see in the trailer at the start that the T-Rex eats at the first, that grabs. You had these creatures in here doing all sorts of stuff to humans, but you don't see it. It's like they take him away into the bushes and then that's it. You never see it again. Bruh, I wanted to see them rip humans from limb to limb. There was this moment that happened that to do with a helicopter and one of those creatures. I was waiting for blood splatter. Ain't no blood splatter. I'm like, come on, man. That's why I come to watch shark movies. To see the blood. To see humans get ripped limb from limb. Granted, I gotta give some of the credit to those really bad shark movies. They at least give you blood. This had nothing. And I was like, why? Why would you not dive into it? There is some really cool moments in here as well. There's one that happens down at the bottom of the sea as well. Something to do with implosion. When you get to that, it was absolutely insane. To be honest, I've never ever seen a kill like that on screen. So that was cool. It was freaky. It was scary. I was like, oh my god, damn, that's insane. Then you have this beautiful shot where you're inside the megalodon's mouth as it's eating people. And that shot is gorgeous. It's probably my favorite shot out of this whole entire movie. It was the moment that I was like, this is what I came to see, is that shot. That was all great. Really enjoyed that shot. Best shot of the whole entire movie. The characters were meh. I mean, they are what they are. That some of them make just absolute dumb decisions. There's some comedy that works, some comedy that doesn't land. The color tone under the sea was weird because there was moments where it was absolutely gorgeous, full of color and light and vibrant, bit like the first one. The first one was very colorful and you were like, this is great. This one definitely takes that grayish tone to the next level when you're under the water. And I get it, you're at the bottom of the ocean, so it's kind of like hard, but then you have this beautiful moment and then this one thing happens and then that's it. And then you never see that color again down there. I was kind of like, okay. And then it just becomes like this gray, dark mess. And you're kind of like, oh, why? Yeah, the Kraken in here that you see in the trailer as well. Look, I'm going to be honest. Didn't need to be in this movie. It really served no purpose at all. It served zero purpose except for one moment towards the end. And that's it. And that was just anticlimactic as well. And I was kind of like, right, so I guess that's happened. Then you have this whole other story plotline going on opposite to what we're doing with the Megs and everything like that. That kind of just felt shoehorned in. Like, we need something here to get these Megs out of the trench. So we're going to put this storyline in here. We need some sort of twist. And that's why that's there. Didn't need to be there. It's just, this movie is a complete mess. And I just wish... Look, this has less Megalodon action in it than the first one does. And this has more Megalodons in it. Work that out. There's another thing about training Megalodons as well. And I was just kind of like, okay, so we've just got that. And, oh, man, it's just... Obviously, the ending sets up for a third one. I mean, they're probably going to milk it at this point. But this movie, to me, just was like... It didn't do it for me. I was definitely disappointed in it. I was expecting more from it. But it didn't deliver. So, for me, it didn't work. So, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Maybe you guys did have fun with it. Let me know if you guys did and what you loved about it. Smash it down there. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Till then, stay safe and peace out.